No, sir, I just want to check the mic is working.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, participants. I welcome you all for the 5 days FTP on machine learning using Python. Okay, let us wait for 2 more minutes for the further participants entry. Okay, so sorry for the record. Please wait for 2 more minutes. Then we will start the session with the today's speaker. Thank you. Okay, let's start the session. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for the 5 days FTP on machine learning using Python. The speaker of the today's session is Mr. K. Vignesh Sharvanan. Once again, I profusely welcome all the participants and speaker of the today's session. And I was very glad to introduce about the speaker. The today's speaker, Mr. K. Vignesh Sharvanan, currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. Totally, he has 5 years of experience in his career, with 3 years of industrial experience as program analyst and 2 years of academic experience as assistant professor. And he has completed many online courses in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning areas. And also, he has completed research sabbaticals at Bennett University, Greater Noida, in the topic of traveling salesman problem with a recurrent neural network. Now, currently, he is pursuing his PhD under Anna University in the domain of deep learning. Now, today, he is going to take the topic on data visualization, Matplotlib, Python packages. Okay, now it's time for session. Now, I handed over the session to Mr. K. Vignesh Saravan. Sir?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for your great introduction.
Thank you. You can start your session, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so very fine. Good morning to all the participants present here. So today's session is, it will be like data visualization. So we are going to work on data, so we are going to visualize the data. So that will be the today's topic. So the major package that is used for visualization is, we have a package in Python like Matplotlib. So that is the main package that is going to deal with this visualization concepts. So I will present my PPT. Meanwhile, I want the participants to open another tab and you just open your Google-colab. So we'll be having a lot of library functions here. So only if you work on that function, only if you run that function, you can understand better. Okay. So first, formally, I welcome you all for this 5-day faculty development program on machine learning using Python. So in this session, we'll be mainly focusing on data visualization. So data visualization, it is like we have some data either in dataset or our own manually given data. So how we are going to visualize the data? So here we'll be using the package matplotlib, a popular package in Python. So general introduction to matplotlib. So it is a great library for data visualization. So what are all the visualizations we can do is we can create bar chart, we can create histogram, we can create scatter plot, pie chart, likewise we can perform or we can generate many different graphs. So generally visualization, it is like how far we can generate more and more graphs. So that is the main purpose of this package. So how we are going to install this package is, so if you are using Python prompt, you can go for this Python -m space pip install -u matplotlib. If you are using Anaconda prompt window, you can just give conda install matplotlib. So when you give this command, it will be installed. Right. So then after we have installed, we need to import that particular package into our program. So to import that, we have the command import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So why? Because inside this pyplot package, we'll be having many functions. So every time if you wanted to use that function, we need to put like matplotlib.pyplot.function. We have to write like that. So instead of that, I'm just giving as a aliasing. I'm just giving another aliasing name. And when it is coming into generating figures, we need to give the x and y coordinates. So that you people may be aware. In general, when you are going to draw a graph, we'll be giving x and y coordinates. So that we need to be ensuring that. Okay. Now I'm wanting to show you a simple creation of a plot. So inside this pyplot package, this is the main package. So this itself will be in matplotlib, right? And inside this pyplot, we have a function called plot. So that is why I told you. Every time when you need to call this plot function, you have to give pyplot.plot. You have to give like that. So instead of giving every time like that, I'm going to make a aliasing like this. So matplotlib.pyplot. Inside this, you have this plot function. So when I wanted to call this plot function, I'll give plt.plot. So what are all the uses of this? Now we can create figures, we can create a plotting area, and we can also give the x and y coordinates, and we can generate some lines. So this is the function, plot function. So in this plot function, we'll be having x coordinates and y coordinates. So let me take you to a very simple example. I'm going to have an array x. So in x, 1 to 5 numbers, 1 to 3 to 5. And then y, I'm going to, for simplicity, I'm assuming everything as 0. Now I'm giving like plt.plot. I'm going to give the x coordinate and y coordinate. So when I give this command, the graph will be generated. But to see that particular graph, we have to give plt.show. You need to give that command show. So when I run this program, you will get a plot. So I will side by side, I will run this thing in Google-colab and I will show you. Okay, so if possible, I want you to open Google-colab and run simultaneously. Okay, so coming to the very simple example, this is the thing which I was showing you in the PPT. So I'm importing the packages, I'm assuming x and y coordinates. So here I'm just to show you, I'm just printing it, but it is not mandatory. If you want to do it, you can do. And then I'm just plotting it and then giving the command plt.show. So likewise, you'll be having more commands here for everything, for generating bar charts, for generating histogram, for generating pie chart. So I want you participants to run simultaneously and can put it in the chat box if you are getting the result or not. You can put it in the chat box. So I'll run you this program. Right. See, when I run this, we get a graph. So these are the x coordinates, and here we'll be having the y coordinates. So here 1 0 2 0 3 0 4 0 5 0. Likewise, it is taking and it is giving you a straight line. So we are giving a simple plot. Okay. So either this way I can give, or directly I can give it in this way. So here what we are doing, x and y value I'm assigning first. Priorly I'm assigning the x value and y value, and then I'm plotting the graph. But here directly I'm giving the x and y inside this plot function itself. So directly I'm giving plt.plot. Inside this I'm giving x coordinates and y coordinates. This will also work fine. Right? So this is one of the very basic and very simple example. So if you're okay with it, I will move on to next one. So can I get some reply in the chat box? I just wanted to know if you're understanding or if you're just trying that examples. Done. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for your reply. Okay. This is what we have seen in the Colab window now. Right. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to instead of generating these values, instead of giving some array, I'm going to use this numpy function. So yesterday's session, you might have learned about this numpy function. So I'm going to use this numpy function and I'm going to generate an array. Right. So here I'm importing matplotlib, and then I'm also importing this numpy package. And what I'm doing here is x equal to np dot line space. So LIN, not LINE, LIN space. And here I'm going to give 3 arguments. So starting value, ending value, and split value. So if I'm giving 1 starting value, 5 ending value, and if I'm giving 5 split now, it will take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In y coordinates, I'm giving np dot zeros of 5, which means it is going to generate 5 zeros. It is going to generate 5 values, that will be 5 zeros. So it's the same thing, the same example which you have seen. Actually, we have hard coded this value, but now I'm showing you in different perspective. I'm generating using a numpy functions. So I have generated this, and then I'm just plotting. If I give plot.show, I'll get the same graph. So this is one way. Okay. Now let us move on to the next one. How we are going to do formats. How we are going to format the styles of your plot. Right. So I'm coming back to this window, and I'm going to run this program with the matplotlib package. Okay, this program, if I run it, right, I'm getting the same thing which you have seen in the first program. Now here, coming to this plot function, we are giving x coordinate and y coordinates. So in addition to this, I can also give formatting options. Right? So by default, the formatting option will be blue minus. Okay, so here I can do formatting option like, for instance, if I'm giving plus, okay, x coordinates, y coordinates, and if I'm giving plus in single quotes or double quotes, you can see the difference. Now it is showing plus symbol at each of the points. So 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. Likewise, it is showing plus symbol. Okay. Here you can go for various combinations which you want. Suppose if I want a dot, so that is represented by O, character, small case character O. If I give like this, you can see the difference. See, now I'm getting a point, a dot. Okay. So likewise, there are a lot of combinations here. So for simplicity, what I'm going to do is, I don't want to waste time over here. What I'll do is I will put this code in the chat box, and I want you to copy it and put it in your Colab and just try it. Right? Because here we have many options, so I want you to try that options. Okay, so take it from the chat box and try it in your Colab. So once you have executed this, you just put a message in the chat box. I will move on to it. I will show some other variations over here. Participants, you just copy this code, put it in your Google-colab, and you just tell if it is working fine. Okay, one of the participants has done. Working fine, okay, good. Okay. Some more reply, need to others. Okay, fine. Okay, now next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to add additional this style I'm going to add. So I told you by default it will be minus. Okay. Yeah, that is no need of print. Okay, so this is optional. This is for why I have given us. So here we are generating with this numpy array. So to check that values, I am giving print, but it is not necessary. Even if you don't give print, it will work. Right. Okay. See, this is what I told you. So if I give minus, so this is the default formatting style. So whether if I give minus or if I didn't give minus, it will take. So it is going to give blue minus. Okay, so it is going to take blue line. Suppose if I really wanted to represent minus, so instead of plus, if I wanted to represent minus, I should give underscore. So when I give underscore and when I execute it, you will get the minus line there. So like this, you can go for any character. You can, but still, right now I'm exploring more in this. But if I give some character, it is throwing error. And if I give star, if I give caps lock, that is the caret symbol, it is working fine. But for some symbols, it is throwing me error. Okay. Right. So this is the characters, and here you can also add colors if you want. So if I'm going to have this dotted dots over this point, if I wanted to add color, if I want to give this as a red color, I'm just going to give R. If I give R and small case O without any space, it is going to generate a red color dots. You can see it in the window. Meanwhile, you can try it as well. If I want some other color, if I want it in green color, so you do like this. And also green dots. Right? So that depends on you. So whatever formatting style you want, you can go for it. So this is the options in formatting, and in addition to this, you can go for many combinations with the color as well as the character. Right. So default it will be taking a blue line. So default is this B minus. Right. Okay. Moving forward. So here I have another one example to show additional formatting style. So here what I'm trying to do is I'm going to generate a series of numbers, generate an array. With here I'm using a range function. So a range function syntax is this: start, stop value, and step value. So if I give 0, 5, 0.2, it will take 0, 0.2, 0.4, so on, up to 5. So I'm taking it and I'm going to plot like, this is like, I'm going to plot like linear, square, and cubic. So here I'm plotting t for x and for y also t, the same value. And for that plot, I'm trying to give red color dashed lines. Okay, so if I give one minus, it will give a straight line. If I give double minus, it is going to have a dashed lines. Okay? And the next is, this is like quadratic, that is, it will be giving the square. So t and t star 2. It is going to square the number, it is going to be the plot. And here I'm going to give bs. So s is for, it will create a square. So here I'm going to make a blue square. And the third plot, it is for cubic. Here I'm giving green, and this we term it as a caret symbol. If you can go for it, shift plus 6, it is present in the number 6. So when you use it, it will give a triangle. Right? It will give a small triangle. Now let's see how this works. Okay. Right. So I have this code. Again, I'll share it with you. So due to conserve time, I'm just sharing you the entire code. You can just use it. You can take away the code, you can paste it in your code and please run it. Right. So now when I run this, I'll get three different things. So one is the red dashed lines. So that is the linear. And second, blue square, that will be the square of the number, that is quadratic. And third one is the cubic. Okay. So I'll be getting three different plots over here. So you can see the green triangle and blue square. Again, you can go for many combinations of values and you can. So these are the things in different formatting. Okay. So if you're done with this, I'll move on to the next addition in this graph. I'll give you 1 minute. You can just go for different combinations of this formatting and you can try. You can give your own thing. You can give, for instance, if you want to give some other thing, blue star, you can give blue star and you can run it. You will get a character star. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some reply. So frequently I'm getting reply from Dara Patel. Okay, thank you, sir. Others, if you're okay, I'll move on to next one. Okay, done. Okay, done with Muruganand, sir. Okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Passing on done. Okay. Okay, now, how this graph look like? See, this is the graph which I have generated. Okay, but here I don't have any. Normally we'll give the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are x coordinates. So we'll be giving some. What is this? We'll be giving some name, right? We'll be giving some label. Similarly, here x coordinates and y coordinates, there is no label. It is like some data is missing. When I feel it is like some data is missing, I can represent x label and y label. I feel like that. Right? And this matplotlib package also provides option for that. You can go for giving labels. Okay? So take this example. So here I'm going to generate a simple plot only with squaring it. Right? I'm just going to have numbers and its squares. So that is only the second option I'm just taking. So I'm taking only the second option. And here in this plot, I have a function like x label. Okay. So when I give x label, that is going to give the text over this below the x coordinates. Similarly, y label I can give. So I'm going to give squares, numbers, it is in x label, and squares that will be in y label, and I'm showing the graph. Right. So when you see, you will get the plot here. The number range will be from 1 to 5, 1 square of 1, and for 2, 4. Likewise, it will be generating square for all the thing, and it is generating the line. And here you can see it has the label. So these are numbers, squares. So I have numbers as the x-axis and this y label, that is squares. Right. Now, in addition to this, here again you can try these combinations. So here I have commented, right? If I give like this, I'm again going to add color for this label. So when I add this label, and here I'm going to add color equal to red, so that label alone it will be changed to different colors. Likewise, you can enrich the appearance. You can whatever appearance which you feel it is pleasing for you, you can enrich. So these are other formatting options. So here we have seen the formatting options for this plot actually. That is inside this plot, the data plot, we are giving options. And this is for, even for the labels, you can go for these colors. Right. And so far I have explored. I don't find any option to change this. But some of participants may again, you can ask a doubt like, okay, we are changing the color of the graph, we are changing the color of the label. Why don't we change the color of this box and this number 1.5. So far I have explored, I didn't find any option for that. It is generated in black color by default. Okay, so I leave that. Right. So this is what giving the X and Y labels. Right. So how we are going to give X and Y labels? So it is going to, this is the function X label as well as Y label. So it is going to take, this is actually enough actually. Whichever I have given the parenthesis, it is enough. It is going to take one string. Addition to this, you can have colors. Okay. So the next one, I'm trying to put all together. So we have seen separately. Now I'm trying to put everything together and I'm making it as a complete package. So I'm going to generate some numbers. I'm going to find the linear, quadratic and cubic. The same thing which I have done before. Instead of variable t, I have done with X, and here I have also added the labels. And here, addition to this, I have added another thing like title. Right? So this title is, okay, we have added the X label and Y label. Now, what this actual thing is going to represent. So that we are going to add. What this graph is going to represent. So for that, we can add title. Right? And also we can add legend. I hope everybody is aware of what this legend is. So coming back to this diagram, this graph, say here we have blue stars, red dash line, and green. Right? But we doesn't know what this represents. What this green is going to represent, what this blue is going to represent. It doesn't know. Right? Again, we can also give that information into the graph by using this plot package. Right? So I'm going to run this program. See if I run this. So this is what the program which we have seen so far. So here X values, and that is a function of X. So my X label is X values, Y label is function of X. So I've given it this. Right. Now, again, I'm going to put you this in the chat box. Okay. I take this comment, ma'am. Bharati ma'am, we are getting some background voice. I will inform the students. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. Now coming to this plot. So here I can see X values in the X label and Y label I have given. Now again, what this green line represent, what this orange, what this blue line represent. I'll be having it. I don't have that information over this plot. So for that, I'm going to give this title and this legend. So if I'm just going to give this only function legend, right? plt.legend. Make a note of this function. When I give this function, so this is title. This is different and legend is different. Okay. Well, for simplicity, you'll see one by one. If I just give title, see, it will give the title here. Simple plot. Right? We'll get a title for this particular graph. What this legend is, when I give plot plt.legend, and if I run it, what that particular thing represents, it will give that. Right? So see, here we are giving plot, label equal to linear, label equal to quadratic, label equal to cubic. We are adding it. But it is not shown anywhere unless I give this legend function. So only here I have added this label, but it is not shown in the actual plot. When I give plt.legend, it will take the value from here. Okay. So this first plot, that is this blue line, that is going to be, that label is linear. And for square, it is quadratic. And for third line, it is cubic. Likewise, it will take the label and it will show as a small box over here. Right? So that is the beauty of this function. So you don't have to work more or for that. Just give label here. And if only when you give this, call this function legend, it will show. Unless if you don't have this, it won't show. When you call this function, it will show. Right? So these labels are represented in the plots. While calling the function plots, you will represent that labels. Right? Okay, so you can try. Some of you can try. You just remove the comment, which I have posted in the chat box. I have given the title and legend as a comment. You just remove it and you just try it. Okay, done. Very good, very good. Wow. So you people are very fast than I expected. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your interactive participation. Okay. So this is the whole package. So far we have seen all the linear plots. Right. So now we'll move on to next one. Still we are going to see four main things, that is bar chart, pie chart, histogram, and how we are going to do categorical plotting. So that we are going to. So we'll see that. Okay. So to start with bar chart. Right. So you might have seen a variety of bar charts. So again, here we have a function to represent the bar chart. So it is again inside this pie plot. So bar matplot lib.pyplot.bar. So we have these many arguments. So for each and every graph, we'll be having different set of arguments. Okay. So here we are going to have the first argument as x. So x, that will be like the data in the x-axis, and this height. This height is going to represent the height of the bar. Right? So and then the width, again the height of the bar and width of the bar. And as usual, these formatting options. We can give label and we can give colors for it. Right? So I have simplified it and I am giving you a very simple bar chart. Again, I will post you this code, but first let me tell you what it is going to do. Right. So I have imported this package. So here I'm going to give names. So this will be the x points, like that is we are going to point in x coordinates. So group A, group B, group C. So I'm going to have three groups and values for the three groups. So group A contains 5, group B 25, group C 100. I'm going to have three values. And now I'm going to take so this values that is going to represent the height. So if you are going to draw as a bar diagram, then we will draw like this, right? Suppose if this is A, it is going to have 5 values. It will be like 5. Right? Suppose B, category B or group B, it is going to have 25 values. Right? It will be like this. So this will be 25. Right? So this values I am giving for height. That is going to determine the height of the bar. Right? So for simplicity, I'm not giving any width, I'm not giving any label or color. Just I'm giving the names. So this is for x, and for y, that is that this height, I'm giving these values. So that is going to determine the height of the bar. Right? So plt.bar, I'm just giving only 2 arguments. So this 2 is actually like mandatory, but others are optional. Okay. Now I'm giving this and I'm going to go for collab. Okay. Right. So here I have this. I have this x values and this height values. I'm plotting the bar graph. So here I haven't added these packages because once it is given before, it will work, right? So don't think about it. Okay. And here I'm giving x label and y label, and I'm showing the plot. So you will get like this, right? So group A 5. So that this 5 that will be taken for group A, 25 for group B, and 100 for group C. So that is going to represent the height. And this x's, this thing, and this groups and strength, that is the x label, and y label, that is represented here. Okay. In now addition formatting styles, if I wanted to add the width and color, okay, so like this. So I'm going to add the width, I'm going to add the color. Okay. So with this 0.75 I'm doing, I think by default it is 0.8. With this by default, if you didn't give it is 0.8. So I'm giving some other value. You can give any value. But when this value is more, it will get overlapped. Right? I will show you. Suppose if I'm giving like this and I'm making the color as red, now I'm giving the width as 2. Right? So if I give like this, the plot will get overlapped. Okay. So I should check these points, these values. Suppose if I'm giving 0.2, then it is going to be a very thin bar. So you get a very thin bar. Right? So like this, you can, depending upon your thing, you can adjust your width and you can go for different colors. Okay, now again I'm going to put you through this code and I want you to copy paste it and run it and tell me whether you have worked out it or not. Whether it is working for you or not, you just put it in the chat box. Okay, good. It is working. Okay, so this is what with the bar charts, right? So we have covered the first one, bar charts. Now you have any doubts over here? While plotting this bar chart, do you have any doubts? Again, you can add whichever thing. You can add additional options, formatting options, everything. I haven't shown here. The same thing which we have followed in previously. You can add labels, you can add title, everything you can add. Okay, someone is asking 3D. Okay. No, in this session we are not going to cover the 3D. We are just going to cover 2D images for different category, for bar, histogram, and definitely we will help you with that resource. We will help you with that resource of how to plot in 3D. We'll give you some links and resources. But this session we are going to mainly focus on this bar graph, histogram, and how we are going to generate different pie charts and scatter plot matrix. Okay, so when exploring this, I personally got one more doubt. So here we can plot this graph it is vertical. So what if I wanted to plot it in horizontal way? So that is what my doubt. Whether here if we are using bar and this is giving vertical, so any other argument we have to give or how we are going to make it as a horizontal plot. So that is what one of my doubt when I am exploring this. So very simple. So instead of giving bar, we are just going to give bar h. So when I give bar h, it will automatically take it into a. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed some arguments. So we're going to plot the yeah. So here I can get the horizontal graph. So everything is taken. So everything is completely changed except this X label and Y label. So the graph entirely it is converted to horizontal format. But this X label and Y label that remains same. So again you can change this. You can go to X label. Now if you do, it will change. Right? So that you can check over here. Yeah, Bharati ma'am, we have at last I have another data set. So using that data set, I will tell you how we are going to plot the graphs. But we are not moving into any. Maybe in future sessions we have all the algorithm, linear regression algorithm, multilinear regression algorithm. So in that sessions definitely will show some plots. But here I'm just going to use a data set and I'm going to show you how we are going to plotting the values. Okay. So next session itself is a linear regression session. So it's a problem with the regression problem. In that definitely will show you with some plots. So this is what with the bar graphs, bar charts. Okay. So for horizontal, I'm just going to use bar X. Okay, so the next one is histogram. So how we are going to plot histogram. So you know what is histogram thing. So here again we have a function for histogram. The function name is hist, H-I-S-T. So here we have these many arguments. X, that is the input values, and then bins. So you know bins, that is the distribution of the values, what range we are going to give. And here histogram type. So this hist type, that is going to, whether it is a filled bar or it is a, we can have like either a bar graph or step graph. And in step you have step filled, right? So these variations only when you, I'll show you in the plot, then you will understand what is step and step fill. And the next one is orientation. So here we cannot, this hist function, right? So here, like bar graph, here we cannot give like this. First I tried like this. So this is going to give vertical. For horizontal I tried like this, but this is not working. So instead of that, in here we have additional argument as orientation. So this orientation we should give horizontal or vertical. And last one is the relative width. So this is like how we are going to do the width of the histogram, and again the color and label. Right? So we have these many arguments. Right? So we'll see a simple example for histogram. Right? So here I'm going to have values like population, ages. So I'm going to give some number of values. These are the ages, age classification. And here I'm creating another variable like bins. So here I'm giving the range distribution. So 0 to 10, right? 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So it will give the count. For example, from 0 to 10, how many values are here? That count will be. Right? So that is the classification of bins. And next I'm going to give this function plt.hist, giving population, ages, that is this value followed by bin, and then the hist type. So here I'm going to give a bar, simple bar type, and I'm just giving the relative width. And these we have learned. So X label, Y label, and title, and I'm just showing. So let us see how it works. Okay. Yeah, the same thing. Here additionally I have added this orientation. The orientation part alone I have also added. Again, colors you can add if you want. So when I run this, right, so you will get a histogram like this. If you wanted to go for vertical, so histogram mostly will go in vertical. So from so this is the ages value. So from 0 to 10 there is no value, and from 10 to 20 we have some values there. Okay. So based upon that it will be. So here we have only one value, that is 11. So one value between this 10 to 20 range. So it is giving one value. Right? And from 20 to 30 we have two values. So this is how it is going to plot the histogram. Okay. Now this is for bar. So we have seen this orientation, horizontal and vertical. Again, if you want to go for color, it is going to be different colors. Not like this. And the third one is this hist type. Okay. So here we have seen step and step fill. Okay. So when I give step here, it is going to see this is for bar. So when it is step, it is going to trace like this. Right? It is not going to give like separate bar. It is going to connect all these things like a step flow. Right? So this is for step. And next one is step filled. So that is the same thing. When we are giving filled, it is going to fill it with that color. That is what it is going to be filled. Okay. So here you have three types in hist type: bar, step, and step filled. Okay. Again, I'm going to share you this. I'm going to share you this for you to try. can take the code and you can try it. So once you're done, you'll move to the next one, that is pie chart. Okay, done. The participants, if it is working fine. Okay, ma'am. You're okay till this, I will move to the next one. Okay, so in our agenda, we have completed two things, bar and histogram. And we have another two, that is pie chart and scatter plot. So we'll do that. Yeah, the next one is pie chart. Okay, so again, to plot the pie chart, we have a function pi. So again, here we are going to have x values and corresponding labels for that. So pie chart is like this. We are having language is going to give us some plot. This is pie chart. So x and the labels for it, the colors, and here we have another thing like auto PCP. So this argument is it is going to label each and every wedges, right? So this is one wedge. So here we have 4 wedges. Right? So inside that wedge, we are going to give some text. Right? For example, this wedge, this is 98%, something like that, 68%. We can give some values like this inside the wedge. So to give that values, we are going to choose this argument auto PCP. It is like a formatting string. So in C and C++, we will do formatting string. If I have some floating point, I need to give only 2 floating points. It will do like 1.15. So here I have only 2 floating points. Likewise, we can represent this. So for that, we have auto PCP. And next one is shadow. Shadow, in the sense, it will give a shading formatting for your graph. And this start angle. Right? So always, this particular function that is going to go in the anti-clockwise direction from the x-axis. So it is going to go like anti-clockwise direction, right? So for that we can get a start angle. So only we can understand, only when we plot this we can understand how this angle goes. And then the next one is text props. So that is for changing the font size. I'll give you a very simple example. So here I'm going to have category like group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. For category I have. Let us assume like how many people are writing those group exams. So in group 1, 90 people are writing, group 2, 70, group 3, 43 and 47. Now, for each of these groups, I'm going to assume a color. So in our pie chart, we are going to have 4 wedges. Right? Based upon the data, I'm going to have 4 wedges. So I'm going to give different color for each and every wedge. So here, I'm just assuming instead of going for the basic color like green, red, blue, I'm going to give some values in the hexadecimal form that you can do. But check towards you are doing the hashing frame. So hash, and I'm giving some hexadecimal value. Right? Then I'm going to plot. So plot dot y. Here I'm giving the count here and the labels. And then I'm giving this auto PCP. So I told you this is the formatting string. So I'm going to give %1.1f. Okay. So up to 1 decimal point. And start angle here, I'm giving like 90. And for giving colors, I'm just dragging this list. So colors equal to colors. Okay. Colors equal to this colors represent this particular data. And then text props. So inside curly braces, we will give the font size. Right? And compared to other chart, this is going to have many minute differences. So here we have starting angle, text prop, auto PCP. Right? So try to remember these arguments. So on font size, I'm giving some font size and then I'm plotting. Now let us see how this is going to work. Right. So here I have given the entire thing, category, count, color, and all those things, and then just run it. See, here you can see. Okay. So here I told my where is that? Okay, my starting angle is 90. Okay, I have given start angle is 90. So it is going to, I told you, it is going to take from x-axis. So assume this is the x-axis. So it is going to start from 0, right? And it will move in counterclockwise direction. So like this, it is going to move. So this 90, 180, and 270, and complete 360 or again 0. Okay. So here I am giving 90. So my first data, that is this group 1, 90. See, that is going to start here. You can see the yellow color thing. It is starting here at 90 degree. From x-axis, it is taking 90 degree in the counterclockwise direction, and it is going to result. Okay. And after the next values you can see. Suppose if I am giving 0, you can see the difference. Angle is 0. This group 1, right, it is going to start from here. See where you can find group 3. That the group 1 will start. It is going to start from 0 and it is moving. You can plot however you want. Right? But the concept is it is going to start and it is going to go in counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Again, I can increase the font size, can do some of the font size. It is increasing. Right? And here I told you this this is the, here we have the number like 36.30. Okay? So that is the actual automatically formatting. So here I am giving 1.3. Okay? So when I give 1.3, it is going to take 3 decimal values. Floating point value is 3. If I give 1.1, it is going to give 36.0. Right? It is going to give 18.8. Like this. So this is like formatting. Okay, so that is the use of the auto PC. Okay, so this is for pie chart. So now giving you the code, you can copy it and you can try. Try with some different auto PCP, different start angle, and different text value. Right, so I'll give you for another 2 minutes. Just try this. Okay, so once you're done, you just put me a message. So still we have no, there is no literal meaning for color. See, it is like when you give the normally we can give like green, blue, like this you can give. So suppose if I'm giving blue color, it is going to show me a blend the blue color. Okay? Like what we say, it is like a basic colors. Okay? So basic blue, green, red, like this, you can plot. Here, what I am doing is, if I use this hexadecimal values, it is going to give more range of colors. Only the range of colors will be increased. Basic colors like blue, green, red. Apart from that, I am trying new colors. For that, I am just giving some hexadecimal values. But see, if here I am giving like 544, instead of that, if I am giving 488, only the color range is going to differ. See, the yellow shade is different. Now go for this group 4. It is like mild blue color. Okay, so here I am giving some value like BFF and F44. For instance, if I am changing this as 50, or if I am changing this F as B, so these are different hexadecimal values. So when I change like this, the color mildly it will be changed. Instead of 07, I'm doing something like 48. you can see a different color. A mild variation in that color will be. We don't have any specific values for it. Okay. How the percentage is calculated? Percentage in the sense this. Okay, this percentage you're asking. Okay, fine. Okay, so that how it is calculated is. Okay, so see here we have the count for each and every group, right? So 90, 70, 43 and 47. Now what it will do is it will take the entire count of everything. So whole data is 250, right? So the total count is 250. What it will do, this first value is 90 divided by 250. That will be the range of this value. When you put 90 divided by 250, you will get some value. So that will be for group 1. Right? Similarly, 70. This is for group 2. That is divided by 250. You will get this value around. Right? Likewise, it is going to calculate. 43 divided by 250. That is the particular value for that group divided by the whole data. So here the whole data is 250. 43 divided by 250, you will get this value. I think I have answered about it. Yeah, ma'am. Bharati, ma'am, your question is right. We can dynamically do by using a CSV file. Right. So when I have that example too. Definitely, I'll show you. We have an example for that. I will try to address you. Okay. So this is for a simple pie chart. Okay. So I think it is any other doubts you can put forth here. So that is how it is going to calculate the person. And here we are going to give the formatting string, like how many decimal point we need to take. Okay, then I'll move to the next one, scatter plot. I'll complete it fast and I'll go to the next one. Okay, so you know how a scatter plot looks like. There will be a very big graph that will be having many small dots and many data points will be shown. So we have a function like scatter. And here we are going to do x, y values and label. And additionally we have S, C, alpha. So this S, C, alpha is C for color, S for area of the marker size. We will see what is that area of the marker size. And next one is alpha. Alpha is like opacity of the marker. So here marker, what they represent is, suppose if we have a scatter plot now, we'll be having many points like this. Right? It will be like our scatter plot. Right? So here, every point, for each and every point, we can give some area. Right? So that is the S. And opacity, that is the appearance, whether it is to be very transparent or that we can do. That is in alpha. Right? So directly I will run you to these two examples, then you will better understand instead of going with PPT. Okay, so first I have a very simple example, like I'm going to go like, okay, I'm just plotting it, a simple scatter plot. So values 5, 25, 10 for group A, B, C. Only a minimum, but in real scatter plot we will be having more number of values. I will generate it in random and I will show you. So here for simplicity, I'm just giving you 3 values. So I'm getting a plot like this. Okay. So very simple example to plot a scatter plot. Now, let us generate with more values. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to generate randomly, I'm going to generate value. So I'm going to generate 30 random values and store it into X. Right? So npy dot random dot rand of n. So this n value is 30. Similarly, y value I'm just plotting. Okay. I'm just going to do these 2 values and I'm going to give different colors as well. Colors also I'm generating randomly. Okay. So here colors also I'm going to generate randomly different colors and area. So I told you area is for each and every point. See here we have a point, here we have a point, 3 points we have. Area for these particular point, for this dot. Right? That again we can differ. And remaining thing is same like previous thing. Colors and X label, Y label, and the title I'm giving, and I'm just showing. So when you run this, you will get. See? So where we can use it, supposing if going for clustering, when we do some clustering operations, so in that case we can go for this scatter plot, right? Which means that see here you have a green color, which means here it is going to represent some data. For instance, a traffic. Here it is more traffic, or here it is. Suppose if it is like a forest, here the trees are more dense. Here it is less dense. Like this, you can plot. It's some application that is relevant to this. Right? Again, this alpha it is for the opacity. So if you remove it, so don't give any alpha. It will give like a complete filled circuit. See, you can see a complete filled. Only when I give opacity, that is alpha value, it is going to give a transparent effect. Right? And this yes area is for different thing. Or what it will do if I'm not giving this area, what it will show in all the places it will going to show a dot value. Like this it will show. I guess you can understand the difference. Like this it will show. So that is with the scatter plot. So mostly we will be using some many clustering operations. Like this it is going to generate. Right? So if you want to work it, I'll give you and go to minimum time and moving on to next one. So next one is like categorical plotting. So I will show you one example with this categorical plotting. Okay? And after showing this one example, I will directly move on to how we are going to plot the database, plot the data from using a database. One simple database I will import and I will show you how we are going to do the plot. Right. So categorical plotting is like nothing but, so here you can see we have only one image. Right? This, up to now we have seen only one full graph, one image. So in categorical plotting, what we can do, we can create a one bigger image. Inside that bigger image, you can have different plots. One big image or one bigger plot. Inside that plot, you can have all these combinations. You can have a bar graph, you can have a histogram, you can have a simple plot. Everything you can do it in a one particular plot itself. Okay? So when it is coming to a single plot, and inside that we are going to categorize it. We are going to divide. In this first box, this should come. Second area, this should come. Third area, this graph should come. Like this, we are going to divide, or we are going to arrange. So I'm going to take some simple values, group ABC, 5, 25, 10. And now here, I'm going to give the size of the figure. So plot dot figure, I'm going to give the figure size as 9, 3. By default, it will be 6.4, 4.8. So this is the entire size. That is this size. You can see this layout, this size. Or I can tell you this rectangle, this square box, square or rectangle box. Right? So that is the size of this 6.4 and 4.8. Now I am going to change it to 9, 3. Right? So it will be a like a rectangle with the length is 9 and the breadth is 3. Okay? So why I am going to do like this? I am going to have 3 plots. Okay? I am going to have 3 plots inside this one figure. Okay, right. So inside that, I am going to have subplot. In this figure, I am going to have subplot. So I am putting plt dot subplot inside this bracket. I am going to give the number of rows or the column and the index. The rows, column, and the index. Index is like first position or second position or third position. Right? So here we are going to have like three portions. So I'm going to give one, that is in this particular row. I am going to have one row, 3 columns. So that is 1, 3. Right? Okay. So I'll give like this, or you'll get confused. Okay. So I'm going to have only one row in my graph, and I'm going to have 3 columns. So 1 row, 3 columns. I'm going to have, right? So for all the plot, I'm giving 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, which means only 1 row, but 3 columns, right? In that first column, in second column, in third column, right? I'm going to split like only one row, 3 columns. In that first column, what that is in first position, what you are going to place, second position, what you are going to place, third position, what you are going to place. In each position, I'm giving different graph. First one is bar graph, second one is some scatter graph, third one is a simple plot. Okay, and I'm going to give a title for that. Now, even if some of you are a little bit confused, when I show you the graph, you'll understand. So you'll get the categorical plotting like this. So it is like a single figure. In that figure, I'm going to have all the 3 plots. Right? So it is like one row. You can see the difference. See, this is like default size 6.4, 4 cross 4.8, but this is I'm giving 9, 3. Okay? So this is like 9, 3. In that, I'm dividing like I'm going to have only one row. If you wanted to have 2 or 3 more now, you can give. Here, if you want to have 2 rows, you can give 2 or 3, you can try. Later, you can try that options. Here, I'm going to have only one row and 3 columns. So this particular bar graph, it is first column, scatter plot second column, and this plot is third column. Okay? So here I'm giving the index 1, 2, 3. Here, if I change the index, you will see. Here I'm changing it as 2. Here I'm changing it as 1. Again, this subplot will come to the first position. This bar will go to the second position. See? Just changing the position. Right? So this is what the categorical plotting is. Okay. So now I'll move on to. Okay. So this is another example of categorical plotting. I guess we don't have that much time, so I'll give you this this file itself. We can try. Next is I'm going to plot from the data set, and one participant asked whether we can get the pie chart from the data set itself. Yes, you can do. So here I'm going to import the packages, the pandas, numpy, everything, and here I'm going to import the data set. So how we'll be importing the data set is data set equal to. So here I'm going to use pandas. I'm going to use pandas package pd dot read underscore csv. Inside bracket, I'm going to give student underscore result dot csv file. So where I will have this file is, so in this Colab, you can go to this folder option. If you go there, so here I'll be having my particular CSV file. So I have just imported, right? So there is no big deal in importing. Just you can take the data set, you click it, you select it, you drag it, and you can, if you drop here, it will come. Right? Likewise, I have uploaded the student result data set. So I'm going to import it, and I'm just going to print the result. So this is what my data is. Right? So I'm going to have some 15 rows, and I'm going to have columns like this. This is the names of the students and their max mark, science, English, and result. Right? Okay. Now here you can see the result. So result 1, that means it is pass. 0, it means it is failed. So that is what our data set is exposed, right? Okay. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a simple bar graph that is going to show the count of the number of runs passed and number of runs failed. Right? I'm going to show a simple bar graph. In that bar graph, it is going to show 2 bars will be having 1 bar number of runs passed, another bar number of runs failed. Okay. So for that, I'm just putting data set. That is this one. Okay. So in this data set only, we have our actual data. So data set dot result dot value underscore counts. Right. So this is the result. Result is nothing but the column name. So result data set dot result column name. In this data set, I have a column name result. For that, I'm going to count the value. So value underscore counts. So it will automatically count how many 0, how many 1s. And then I'm going to put the bar plot for that. So when I run it, you'll see I'm going to have plot like this. So 0, 1. Again, you can change the labels. So right now I didn't do. See, instead of 0, you can put it as pass or fail, like as you can do option. So by seeing the plot, I can give, okay, around 8 members have failed and 7 members have passed. So total 15. Out of 15, 8 is failed and 7 is passed. Like this, you can infer some data from this. So that is an option. And moving into, so here what I'm going to do, here again I'm going to put a simple bar graph. So here I'm taking only first 5 values, right? So here I'm going to put a bar chart only for max result, right? So this is for the entire pass fail result. So here I'm just going to put only for max subject. So in that data set, I'm going to take top 5 students, first 5 students data, right? So you can slice like this, right? I hope you might have known about this thing. So I'm moving on. So data set, in that I'm going to take name and first 5 value. So colon 5, if I give colon 5, it will take first 5 values, and max result, data set of max colon 5. So it is going to take first 5 result from the max result. And I'm going to take it as the X and height and label. So when I put it, when I plot it, you'll get like, right? So student A, he has scored 70 marks. Student B, 30. C, 50. Like this, you can get the result. Right? So this is one inference. And okay, next is the entire categorical plotting. So when you see this, it will be like, okay, a very big program like it, but it is very simple. See, here I have done only for max. So this code and this previous categorical plotting we have done, right? I'm going to merge these two. Okay? So this particular code is for max, only for max. Now I'm going to take for science and English. That is first 5 students performance in max, science and English. I'm going to take all the value and I'm going to put it as a categorical plotting. I'm going to have 1 row, 3 column and first, second, 3. And I'm going to plot the entire thing. You will get the whole structure. See, we'll get the whole structure. First is max mark, that is given in, I'm going to give in different colors. So max mark, you can see, and second one is the science mark, third one is the English mark. So you can compare. Okay, A is doing better in English and science, but little bit less in max. Right. Similarly, C is doing good at max, but very less in English. Likewise, you can have some comparison. D is very good at max, others it is less. Right. So likewise, you can infer the data from this graph. Okay. So this is the categorical plotting. And I guess when ma'am has asked me about from the data set whether you can create the pie chart. Yes, we can do. So here I'm going to take subject names as max, science, English. Okay. And here I'm going to calculate the mean. What is the average of the subject? So mathematics mean, math mean equal to dataset dot math dot mean. That is in the dataset, in math column, what is the mean value? And in the dataset science column, what is the mean value? English column, what is the mean value? So I have given 3 things. And then I'm going to take the single variable like subject mean. In that thing, I'm giving mathematics mean, science mean, English mean. So mathematics mean for this first label, science second, and English third. Again, hexadecimal colors to show more attractive, I'm giving. And now I'm going to plot it. See, we'll get like this. Right? So overall, my class performance. So since most of you people are from different institutes, I have taken this student database. So in my class subject, my students are performing good at max. My average in max is good. English and science. We can compare. We can compare any number of subjects. Yes, Mr. Rahul, sure. I will share you this Python notebook itself. Right. So this is how we are going to import from the from the data set. Right. Okay. Now last thing is, okay, we are doing these many graphs, but I myself have a doubt like whether only I can visualize it in Jupyter or whether I can download the plot. See, this graph I have, this pie chart I have, but if I wanted, whether I should run it every time and I should check, or I can take it, if I wanted to put this in PPT, what I will do? Or if I'm going to show it in Word document, what I will do? For that, we can just download the graph. You can just give this particular function, plt.save figure, and you can give the name. If I run it, the figure will be saved, and you can find it here. See, you have graph1.png. Right? Next, if you want, you can download it. Right? So whichever graph you got, that will be converted to a separate image and it will be shown here. Okay. Okay. So that's what I have given in the PPT as well. And I think completed this almost at the time. So now I will share you the particular link. I will share you the feedback link. Yeah, sure. When I send you the PPT and as well as the Jupyter Notebook, I will send you other links as well. Yeah, okay. And Jyotish, she's asking a doubt like why this PCT is used in PyPlot. Okay, I'll come to this example, ma'am. Okay. See, this auto PCT, the use of this is, see here we are having the percentage values. So in group 1, I'm having 36.0 or 36 percentage. Here 18 percentage, 17, 20. So here I'm going to use this as a format string for showing the number of decimal values. Suppose if I'm giving like 1.1, then what it will do is 36 point after 36, 18.1, only one value, 18.8. Right? Suppose if I'm, that is this value, this whole number followed by the decimal point. After that, it will take only one character. That is only one floating point. That is the use of this auto PCT. Right? It will take the average value, it will convert the percentage, and then it is going to show the percentage in this format. That is 1.1, which means the whole numbers followed by only one float values. You might have used in C and C++. Suppose if I'm giving just 4, if I give 1.4, see this 18.8 in group 4, that is going to have 4 decimal points. See, 18.8000. So that is the use of this. To show more and more decimal places. If you don't want, if you want only one decimal, or even if you don't want any decimal places also, I think you can give. Right? So that is the advantage of this auto PCT in PyCharm. Okay, so with this, I'm going to stop this. I have posted the feedback link in the chat box. So kindly fill that feedback link. So most of the references I have taken from this one particular site, matplotlib.org. So one of you asked me how we are going to do 3D graphs. So all the help is provided in this matplotlib.org. The site itself, you can have the thing for plotting in 3D and everything. You can go for it. Yeah, sure, ma'am. I will share you my mail ID. Okay, thank you, Karthikeyan sir. So the next session, I think
at 12 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Next session will be at 12 o'clock. So that session also will be handled by me. So we'll take a break and we'll meet at 12 o'clock. So meanwhile, participants, please fill your feedback, and also you can go to this link. I will share you here itself. Okay, you go to this link and you can explore more in this matplotlib. So that is very vast. So far, whichever we have covered in this section, it is almost like I would say it would like 30 to 40% only. So still a lot of things are there to explore. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you participants. If you have any other queries, you can post it here, or we will take a break here. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So this PPT and this Jupyter, Google-colab file, I will compile and I will share it with you. Okay, so I guess there is more queries. Okay, participants, so we will meet at sharply at 12. I'll take a break here and I'll be back at 12. Thank you, guys. Thank you.